Throughout this NBA season, there have been many stars to emerge, and there's been one that really has been catching everyone's eye. So today, I want to answer today's question: who the hell is Aaron Wiggins, and why has he become one of the most valuable players in this OKC Thunder team, and how did he get there? What makes Aaron Wiggins so valuable? For you guys who don't know, this is my second attempt at making a basketball channel. I messed up the first one's monetization, so it's dead. Also, if you came here from my main channel, Hankis, where I talk about anything and everything, I got a community strike. So yeah, I'm banned for a week, so I can't communicate that in any sort of way. Hopefully I don't lose my momentum because I was low-key cooking over there, but yeah. Anyway, let's just get into Aaron Wiggins and why I believe that he is one of the most valuable players on the Thunder team, and why I believe that he honestly deserves a lot of recognition and respect when it comes to NBA players, and he should most certainly be in a trade. He should get traded. He could do major damage at a different place in the NBA, whether that's in a trade for Kevin Durant, whether it's in a trade to acquire another superstar. I don't care. Get Aaron Wiggins more time with the ball in his hands and good things will happen. Aaron Wiggins was born in Greensboro, North Carolina. He was a multi-sport athlete, did football, track, he played piano and trombone, he acted, he danced, he did so much stuff. He was a phenomenal athlete growing up. This kid was destined to be a professional something, but he happened to fall in love with the game of basketball. And after working really hard in high school ball, he became a 4-star recruit in the class of 2018. He had many offers from Arizona, California, Florida, Florida State, but he ended up deciding to commit to the University of Maryland. Now, Aaron Wiggins saw the University of Maryland as an opportunity to really break out and carry himself through a more him focus. Like, he is the main focus. I'm the 4-star coming into Maryland. I'm not going to go to Arizona where there's comp. I want the ball. I want to show what I can do, which is something I don't understand why a lot of other players don't do. Like, Maryland's a good basketball school, right? But Arizona definitely more prestigious as of recent. So that's why I'm a little confused. I'm like, hey, why don't more players go take the Maryland route? Like, go show out at a school. You will get recognized. Aaron Wiggins ended up playing 3 years at Maryland, and all 3 years he was very good and only got better. His best year was, of course, his junior year, right before he got drafted, where he shot a very respectable 35% from three, but nothing will top that 41% from three from his freshman year. Aaron Wiggins is an elite shooter when it came to college basketball, especially when you be one of the main focuses of a Maryland squad. Now, in his best year, he would only average 14.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 2.5 assists, but he showed his value elsewhere. His off-the-ball movement was very good, and his off-ball and on-ball defense is also above average. Aaron Wiggins was most certainly a very decent NBA prospect, which we saw in his NBA draft.net profile, in which he got many good grades. His athleticism, his size, his quickness, his jump shot, and his ability to be NBA ready all stood out to many scouts and many professionals. Aaron Wiggins was a 6'6", 190-pound shooting guard. That's great size for a shooting guard, especially in today's game as positions get smaller. And he would draw many comparisons to Josh Richardson, which I do have to say is a very phenomenal comp for an NBA player. Josh Richardson is a very smooth, very good, valuable player to any NBA team, especially in his prime. He was super valuable to the Miami Heat. Some of his strengths, according to many scouts, were his solid speed and overall athleticism on the perimeter. He can turn the corner and finish above the rim at many times when he's going downhill. He created a lot of opportunities on offense, and a player who at his best can subtly score in a variety of ways. He was an all-level scorer. He was able to create in many fronts, and it was very clear that he was going to be an offensive or useful on offense to NBA teams, but being older did drop him down in the prospect. His weaknesses was, I guess, that he just wasn't really amazing at anything. He was very good at everything, or very decent at everything, but wasn't amazing at one thing. He had a soft jump shot, but he can tend to be streaky with it, meaning that he was on and off. Maybe he'll make 7 in a row, but then all of a sudden he's missing 15. It was a pretty iffy kind of jump shot. When spotting up at times, he sticks out his leg in front of him, which is not good for your form. It got fixed though. Clearly he's been splashing him in all year at OKC. And when we compare him to Josh Richardson, his comparison, we see that it was a pretty good comparison. Now, judging that Josh Richardson has played double the games of Aaron Wiggins, take this with a grain of salt, but they are averaging very similar numbers, especially because Aaron Wiggins in his second and third year only averaged 7 points. So he has plenty of time to get up to Josh Richardson point totals. Wiggins is leading in rebounds. They're very similar in assists and steals. He has a better field goal percentage. Aaron Wiggins is a career 50% field goal shooter. That is very impressive, along with 39% from the three. That is beautiful. I think that Aaron Wiggins is a perfect comparison to Josh Richardson, and I think the older that he gets, when he gets closer to 27, 28, that's when we're going to start seeing this defense take the next step, and maybe even a bit of playmaking. But I do believe that if he was on a different NBA team, he could really show out on the scoring. I think he does maybe not bring as much defensively as Josh Richardson, but that's not to take away from him and how good he really is. Aaron Wiggins so far in the NBA has been very impressive. We've already talked about his phenomenal field goal percentage, and that's because in those 2 years I was talking talking about where he had down years in points, he shot over 50% from the field. And even in 2023 to 2024, he shot 49% from the three on 1.5 attempts a night, but that's still very impressive. He's even shot 39% from three on 4 attempts a night this year. He's taken a massive step up in the amount of shots that he's taken, and he's keeping a consistent field goal percentage, which is what you love to see. I would like to see a bit more on defense, like I said, but I think he's a fine defender. I think he brings a lot of value there. I do think that he's going to be a plus defender within the next 2 to 3 seasons. So to answer everyone's question on who the hell Aaron Wiggins is one of the most underrated scorers in the game with some good upside on the defensive side of the ball, while also being the perfect fit in this Oklahoma City Thunder system, and should be a heavy trade candidate if the Thunder ever decide to acquire a new star. Now, a new star could look like anything from Kevin Durant to Zion Williamson to, I don't know, even Cam Thomas, if you want to consider him a star. I do like the idea of them acquiring Brandon Miller. I think that's a very realistic get. Brandon Miller would be a great trade piece for the Thunder. At some point, you just throw enough picks at them, they can't say no. Aaron Wiggins brings a lot of pull and a lot of different ways that NBA offenses can use him, while also being a fine player. If he signs a good extension in OKC and you can get him for a good pick, I mean, this is a guy who was the 55th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. He was most certainly out overperforming on all expectations. But now what I want to get into is some of his NBA film, and I want to break down his game a little bit, show you why he's so explosive in this Thunder offense from his career high 41-point game against the Kings this year. This is a moment I really want to highlight, and Aaron Wiggins is game. As you can see, this is a transition take, and you have players like Shea. This is why am I forgetting his name? Oh my gosh, Cason Wallace. But he instead elects, look at him running down the court. Young players take notes. Look at this. He grabs the board, of course, and pushes the tempo. He's checking right, left, and decides to pump fake, take it up over 2 defenders. He has great touch around the rim, which allows him to be an inside-out 3-level scorer like his NBA draft tape or scouting report said. Here we have a little off-ball play for Aaron Wiggins. He's going to come down here, hit a little switch on the screen. Good screen set. He's going to take on Keon Ellis, who's one of the better defenders in the NBA at the guard position. Tough finish over Kevin Huerter, a little up and under action. Beautiful finish. This was a beautiful performance from Aaron Wiggins all around. Even here, he's still getting movement in the corner. Has a bigger man Sabonis on him. Just steps back, pulls it. Beautiful jumper. Very soft, good touch. He just knows how to run an NBA offense is what it comes down to. And the last play I want to go over just really showcases his athleticism. Shea loses the ball, kicks it out to Ousmane Dieng in the corner. His 3-pointer, brick. Aaron Wiggins comes crashing in, and young players, watch the way that he crashes the glass. He's all the way up here. He sprints in, immediately gets position on Malik Monk, jumps up. The ball is over here. So if he dunked this ball, that would be an outstanding play. But of course, he's not going to. Little lay, tough finish. Should have been a foul and one, but we live to fight another day. Overall, Aaron Wiggins' game is super smooth. He's one of the most underrated offensive players in the league, and I hope you learned a little bit about him today. Appreciate you guys for watching. As always, like and sub for more content. I'm going to go play MLB The Show, and yeah, much love.